thank you, Eileen and Liz, for that introduction. I'm really excited to be here. Again, my name is Hope Miller, and the piece I'm doing tonight is called An Invincible Summer. It's a true story of a time in my life that shaped me. So here we go. I do not want her help. Looking through the viewfinder on my Pentax, I can see the hand coming toward me, but I do not want her help. As a 14-year-old in the summer of 1991, I am stubborn as all get out. And I don't want anybody telling me how to do anything, much less this sweet, somewhat awkward camp counselor reaching toward me. Mary Patton Barrett, one of the two counselors who teaches photography, is trying to show me how to use the light meter. If you look to your right, you'll see some numbers running up and down the side. There's a needle there too. You want the needle in the middle. Turn the dial on the lens. I'm turning a dial on the nose of the camera, but all it's doing is adjusting the focus. Mary Patton is standing on the worship rocks by the lake, and I watch her slide in and out of focus. But the needle on the right isn't moving. It just stays locked in its impotent position, pointing down. As I watch Mary Patton morph from a brown smudge to a crisp image of a tan 19-year-old, I begin to panic. I have no idea what she's talking about. I mean, I can see the light meter out of the corner of my eye, but no amount of dial turning on my part can get the damn thing to move. I don't like not knowing. I'm getting frustrated. But Mary Patton's voice is kind. There's a softness to it, a Mississippi slowness, a goofy, high-pitched lilt that tells me she can understand mistakes. She knows imperfection. I can see her hand coming toward me. It's this dial, here, she says, touching something very close to my face. The needle begins to move. Is it in the middle yet? Yes, now. See, there are two of them. This one's the focus, and this one is the light. Oh. It's so simple. So this is how it begins, my first real interaction with her. My fourth summer at Camp DeSoto, Christian summer camp for girls in Alabama, is just getting underway when Mary Patton teaches me how to use the light meter. I'm starting to feel curious about her, and I don't want to feel curious about her. My eyes move from her soft brown hair to her round cheeks, her plump lower lip to her full breasts, and I find myself spending a lot of time with her in the photo hut. And sometimes, often, most of the time, when we're alone together in the photo hut, we hug for minutes and minutes. Well, anyway, The last night of camp, it's a really big deal. It's final banquet, and the whole camp, all the counselors, all the campers, the entire staff, we all file into the dining hall, all dressed up in our dress clothes, white shirt and white shorts. And at final banquet, every activity awards a CD, a Camp DeSoto Award. Now, in true DeSoto fashion, the CD has nothing to do with talent or ability. It goes to the girl who exhibits Christian values. One by one, each activity takes the stage. The horseback riding staff gallops to the stage to present their CD. The canoeing staff pantomimes cattle strokes as they take to the stage. And with each changing of the guard, the campers cheer for their favorite activities. Ropes is best. Archery's best. Finally, it's time for photography. Mary Patton and Anna, the other photography counselor, walk across the floor of the dining hall as a faint plea of photography's best wafts through the air. Nobody really takes photography. I am hoping for the photography CD. I stare at Mary Patton, but she won't meet my eyes. And I want some kind of token, some kind of acknowledgement of my time with her. Anna starts to speak instead. I feel confused. But her words kind of sound like me. Anna talks about this camper's enthusiasm, her desire to learn, how much time she spends in the photo hut. I mean, that sounds like me, but it's not what you think. My desire is for Mary Patton. My enthusiasm is for Mary Patton. And I spend all those hours in the photo hut, not because I have any intrinsic interest in developing negatives. No, I spend all those hours alone in this thick felt darkness, alone with Mary Patton, so that I can share her airspace. I can feel her breathe in the humid silence. I can stealthily inhale her presence. I can move near her, move next to her, move with her in the mysterious dark. She wraps her arms around me and pulls me close. The only sound is the heavy air escaping our lips and the soft running of the tap. In the dark, I can't see her, but this close, I can feel every inch of her. My own body throbs. So yeah, I spent a lot of time in the photo hut, and I will develop negatives and make prints until the end of time if it means that I can be with Mary Patton, if I can feel her, if I can feel that feeling. Anna has stopped talking. Mary Patton clutches the white patch with the embroidered CD on it. She's got tears in her eyes. She opens her mouth. Her voice cracks. And the photography CD goes to Hope Miller. Cheers erupt around me, but all the noise and celebration fade away as I focus on Mary Patton. Our eyes meet, and suddenly we're the only two people in the dining hall. Like a tractor beam, she pulls me towards her. Tears running down her face, she bear hugs me. This moment is a triumph. My heart is in my throat, my breath is tight. I did it, I got the award. I matter to her. Still stuck together, we shuffle over to the side of the dining hall. Come over here, she says. There's something I want to give you. We shoo some younger campers out of their seat and sit down. Mary Patton takes a folded piece of paper, out of her pocket and gives it to me. I open it up, read it, sink to the floor and cry. In her note, Mary Patton writes about how much she loves me. She writes about the special connection that we have. And then she writes this, the sentence that I remember verbatim 24 years later. That feeling that we have for each other, hope, is Christ. Yes! Finally! A reason, an explanation for what I feel. Jesus is something I can hang my hat on. A reason to account for the aliveness that pulses inside of me when she touches me. Of course it's God. I'm awake, I'm alive, I'm on fire when she's near me. Of course the Spirit of Christ is our connection. And there is nothing wrong about that. Nothing. We simply have a spiritual relationship. A deeply spiritual relationship. Deeply, deeply trembling, deeply spiritual relationship. Mary Patton's note still in my hand. I drop my head and cry some more. I cry because of how clearly she acknowledges our love. I cry because I finally have a word for what I feel. And I cry because tomorrow is goodbye. Well, I wish I could tell you that this story has a happy ending. I mean, I guess it does, right? I mean, I'm married to a woman, Andrea, and after years of searching, I finally found Mary Patton on the internet. Big surprise, she's gay. But, you know, the road to this happy gay place was not very easy. In fact, the next morning, after final banquet, when I say goodbye to Mary Patton for the last time, a cascade of self-destructive behaviors begin for me as I embark on high school. And these problems crescendo my freshman year of college. And I'm going to tell you that story in just a minute. But I need to go change for that. So while I go get ready, I invite you to turn to someone sitting next to you or sitting near you and introduce yourself if you don't know each other. And share with them the name of the first person you ever fell in love with. Or maybe, if you've never fallen in love with someone, that's a name too. So if you're comfortable, I invite you to share the name of the first person you fell in love with, or no name. And I'll be right
Who is yours?
It's hard. There's all these, yeah, because there's different variations of love. I had a first grade boyfriend named Ben Cochran, and I named my cat after him because I thought I loved him. With Ben Cochran.
That's cute. I had this. I went before I went to grad school. I went to Thailand and Indonesia for 6 weeks.
Oh wow.
And like on my second day in Bali, the same town where Eat, Pray, Love happens,
Oh,
the
huh?
most party event, my friend introduced me to this woman, Ariana, from Oregon.
Oh.
A Jew
Oh
from,
my
I went to
God.
Bali to meet a Jew from Oregon. And she walked out, and I just went, I can't even hang out with her. She's too beautiful. And so for like 3 weeks, we just hung out. She took me for hikes every morning. She spoke her language. She
Oh,
spent
wow.
half her life there. She was like amazing. I was just like in awe of her. And like I extended my trip there by a week, so I stayed 4 weeks there. And the last week we ended up having a romantic relationship. She had a Balinese boyfriend who she'd sort of forgotten about. When she met me, she just sort of left him to the side. And when I went back to the States, we just had like the most amazing like email like pen pal love girls. Like I still have them some. But like when I talk about like idealized love, that's what it was. And we actually he's back in Malaga. He's divorced and has a 4-year-old son.
Oh wow.
Which I think it took me a long time.
Louder. A little bit louder. Yeah.
This has never happened to me before. I don't know you, but I think you can help me. Your eyes tell me so. They're a blue I've never seen before, a blue so rich, it's like shoehorned steel or ships on the ocean. A blue so rich I'm lost in the folds of colors, tossing about on rocky waves. I want you to help me. Yes, I'm a freshman, and this has never happened to me before. I was hospitalized twice for depression when I was in high school, but this is different. Floating, the vastness, the time bomb ticking in my head. Tick-tock. I'm watching you write this down. Blonde hair flops in your face as you scribble notes, comments, diagnoses on a yellow legal pad, your tongue touching your lower lip to keep you balanced. Your shoehorn dream eyes move up and down the page, soaking it all in, yet you keep asking more of me. You keep wanting to know more. I'm in trouble. I hate how it bullies my brains, pushing my thoughts up and down. I shiver with closed eyes, but the ticking just keeps getting louder. I can't even hear myself speak. Words spit themselves out, I'm sure, but I have no control. Racing thoughts, sleepless nights, no appetite, euphoria. I'm telling you everything you need to know. Yet you keep asking more of me. I feel like I'm in a cloud, like I'm in a haze or something. I'm floating around way above everyone else. I walk around campus and I see all these people, but it's like I'm way the fuck above them. I'm a lot closer to God than they are because I'm up in the clouds. But I don't like it. I can't connect. It's like I'm stoned, but I can't come down. I can't connect. I am so far away. I am so far away at this very moment. It's true. I am. I'm looking at your feet, actually. Your shoes. brown. And your pants are black. Brown and black. Now this is an intellectual problem for me. How can brown and black go together like that? I mean, can you wear brown and black together? I don't know. I'm watching the colors mingle at your ankle. The full black of the pants lords over the shoes' choppy brown. The relationship's making me uncomfortable. Like an ant on the edge of a picnic, I watch as you, audacious woman, teetering on her brown-black tablecloth stilts. I watch as you hog everything at the picnic, and I wonder if you're going to share anything with me. How can I be sustained? That's my question. And I direct it to your ankle as this nice little safe spot between the warring colonies of color. The battle is making me shell-shocked. So I zero in on the brown of your shoes, the color itself, because it seems neutral. It's kind of like color and no color. And given the ambiguous shade, I can zero in more clearly on the shape of your shoe. Man-like they are, laces and leather with a slight platform. Stylish, definitely stylish. That's what you are. I've decided stylish. Yeah, for the moment, it seems like the shoe has won. The shoes have triumphed over the pants, due primarily to their form. But form is not the only issue at stake here. It never is. The colors have to be readdressed. Yeah, now that the shoe's shape and the shoe's brownness seems palatable to me, like a cooked, cracked lobster, wet with brine, but safe to consume. Now I can zoom out and take in the picture in full. And with wide eyes and much concentration, I can make the discrepancy between the colors diminish. Brown and black are bold together. Beautiful even. A natural combination like creek water and bedrock. An image of my mother flashes in my mind. Dignified Southern mother woman, and she is shaking her finger. Can't do that, her finger says. Can't mix those colors. I am angry at dignified Southern mother woman. So I draw close to your brown shoes, black pants psychiatrist, your brown shoes. You say as I tacitly accept your iconoclastic variations on hue. But there's something else about the shoes that allure me. Something else besides the color and the slight platform. And it has nothing to do with the icon of the crucifixion that hangs in my dorm room. The same icon that started talking to me last week, telling me to write the poems about communion. Yeah, that icon. When I look closely at the icon, really look closely at it, I can see the grimace on Jesus' face. And I can see the cuts on his body. When I look closely at your brown shoes, black pants psychiatrist with the shoehorn steel eyes, I can see their grimace, their scuffs and nicks. My mind wanders further. I imagine scenarios about how the shoes got those scuffs and nicks. Like, for example, last week, after you left the bar, you bumped into him in the alley. He tried, but you pecked him to death. not before he could stomp on your feet a couple of times. Or maybe every Tuesday you scale skyscrapers in your brown shoes, but you have to cancel your appointments. Joan, I'm so sorry to do this, but something's come up. Can we reschedule? Or maybe you grew up in a log cabin in Texarkana. Daddy liked to get liquored up a lot, and Mama didn't love you none. The shoes were a gift from a high school English teacher who believed that you could win the Pulitzer. Wear these, girl, to the awards ceremony. You put the poetry on hold in order to splice sinews and pulverize cadavers at Yale, but you still wear the shoes every day because you've got nothing else. And you stamp out hegemony everywhere you go, even here in the middle of your postdoc at Student Mental Health. Your shoes have been through a lot. You've been through a lot. Am I talking to you? Yes. I'm a freshman. And this has never happened to me before. I was hospitalized twice for depression when I was in high school. But this is different. The floating, the fastness, the ticking time bomb in my head. I told you about the poems, right? See, I feel like I'm on this mission from God, like I'm transcendent, and I've got to write these poems, right? The 4 poems about communion. I told you about those, right? Yeah? Okay. So, as a review, at the Last Supper, Jesus did 4 actions. He took the bread, he blessed the bread, he broke the bread, and the motherfucker gave the bread. Right? Took, blessed, broke, gave. Those are the 4 actions of the Eucharist, of communion, and those are the 4 poems that I'm writing. Right? Yeah, those are the 4 poems I'm writing. And if I don't finish the poems tonight, I'm gonna die. Or if I do finish the poems tonight, I'm gonna die. Time bomb's a little unclear about that, but it's one or the other. I'm gonna die. I've been sitting up in the library, way up in the stacks where no one can find me, listening to classical music and writing the poems. My head spins, and I can feel the words beat inside me. Write me, the poems say. Write me and die. The classical music, I don't know what it is. Vivaldi, maybe? I don't know. The classical music forces the connections in my head. I can feel the electrical impulses bound from neuron to neuron. The synapses are like seas, and I can see them up close when I close my eyes. The white-capped waves foam under my eyelids, and the stingrays leap from fluid peak to fluid peak, bearing their messages like water-savvy telegrams. Boom, go the bellies of the stingrays along the synapses. Boom, goes the time bomb in my head. Write the poems. Tell them what you know about the Last Supper. Tell them what you know about love. Cast your soul into words. I cannot not finish the poems. I have to finish them, but I can feel the time ticking down in my head till I explode or implode, whichever one it is. I don't want to erupt. I don't want the burning waves of my electric unconscious to spill out my eyelids. Am I dying? I hope not. Suicide was not my goal. I had to silence the music in my head, but to end all music forever was not my goal. It was not my intention. I had to go back to the icon in my room with something. I had to write something. I had to show him something, because if I didn't, he would pull his arm off the cross and point at me. My child, he would say in his customary weak voice, why aren't you using your gifts? Look, Jesus, I'm tired of your shit. You have no idea how hard it is to write. But my child, he would say as his body goes limp like wet rags on a clothesline. My poems are really surprising me, and I know they're going to knock Jesus off his feet. They're all about the South, home, that place I left to come here for 4 years. I miss home because I don't know any better. And I miss home because, well, I miss home because something happened there on a mountaintop in Alabama in the artificial dark. What was it? Well, it wasn't anything but our shared love of Jesus. Jesus, I am trying so hard to be close to Jesus, to cleave to Jesus. I am trying so hard to be good, to listen to the time bomb, to write the poems, to listen to the time bomb, to write the poems, to listen to the time bomb, to write the poems, to take the pills, to listen to the time bomb, to write the poems, to take the pills, to listen to the time bomb, to write the poem, to take the pills, to take the pills, to listen to the time bomb, to write the poems, to take the pills, to listen to the time bomb, to write the poem, to take the pills, to listen to the time bomb, to write the poems, to take the pills. I can see the hand coming toward me. I don't know that two women can really do this. Yeah. She's reaching for me, searching through the dark for my darkness. An incongruous image, two women, naked, splayed in the dark, one reaching for the other. Well, I know Anne from church. We're both part of the Episcopal ministry here on campus. But I started my day in the library, trying